Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and share with y'all some of my current favorite makeup products, just things that I've been reaching for over and over again, and surprisingly, every single product I have to talk to you about today is pretty much nothing super new. I think the newest thing came out a few months ago, but a lot of this has just been things that I've been shopping my stash for. Just products that I'm absolutely loving, and I'll kind of explain why, who I would recommend them for. I did do more of like a glam makeup look using all these products in a tutorial that I did for my Patreon. I'm wearing a lot of them today, but as you can see, it's just a very natural makeup look today. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump on in. Okay, so starting off with face, there's a few things that I've been really loving and reaching for. One would be the NYX Bare With Me Tinted Skin Veil in the shade Pale Light. I've just been really enjoying this for more of a light coverage foundation look, and the thing is that I liked this and I'd used it with a brush quite a lot, but I realized that with your fingers it just blends in super quick. It's just a very easy tinted moisturizer, so I've been using it a ton like that. The shade is really great because it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so I feel like it's amazing to mix in. I liked mixing this in with the Cosmetics CC cream. I like mixing it in with liquid highlighters. I like mixing it in with the LYS foundation sometimes. Like, I've just been mixing this in with a ton of different things, and I feel like it's such a nice, really affordable, just very versatile foundation. So I've been using it a ton, and I will say one of my favorite things to mix it with is the Auric Glow Lust. I have the shade Morganite here, which is the one that I use the absolute most. That's what I have mixed together on my skin today, and it's been on for about 6 hours now, and you can see my freckles, you can see a little bit of redness, like you can see my skin peeking through, but I feel like it just adds a little bit of coverage, a really healthy, beautiful glow. So I've been loving these together, and still just like this product in general, I use it so much for mixing in with my foundations, and I just absolutely love it. I feel like I haven't heard anyone talk about these in a while. Like, they kind of were all the hype for a minute there, and then they died down, but I'm still just absolutely obsessed. Kind of going along with that, I wanted to mention a foundation brush that has just grown on me. This is the BK Beauty 106 foundation brush, and when I first got this, I did not really like it. I didn't recommend it. I think even in my BK Beauty review, I was kind of like, nah, whatever about it. BK Beauty has another foundation brush, the 101, which I know I have. Here it is. I like this one a lot too. It's a lot more dense. It's just super soft. It feels so good on the skin. So I reach for that one often, and that's the one I recommended originally. But I have come to realize that this foundation brush is so good when you have a foundation that's a little bit more liquidy, a little bit more light coverage. I feel like it's just great for like an overall quick blend. It really blends things in seamlessly. I love using this pretty much every single time I do this combination. And yeah, it just works really well. I feel like this 101 gives a bit more coverage. Again, it's super soft. It's really high quality. I think I was just using this with foundations that were a little bit too thick, so it didn't blend in as well. But if you like lighter, just more liquidy foundations, I think that this is really great. Next, let's jump into some cheek products. So I have one bronzer in particular I want to mention, and it's probably not going to come as any surprise to you, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade Fair. I just love this so much, and the thing is, like, I've been trying to stop myself from using it so often because I have like a pretty good pan going. I have like a giant dip, and this is my lightest bronzer, so I'm like, I should save it for winter, like stop using it so much, but I feel like it just looks so natural on my skin, and I have so many other bronzers I really enjoy as well, but this just blends in effortlessly. I just feel like if you have fair skin and you don't pull super cool toned, you might not like this if you're super cool toned, but if you're more neutral, if you have some warm undertones, I just feel like this shade is just so nice. I really want to find like a affordable dupe version of this. Even like, I wonder if I went through the drugstore or Ulta and looked for a powder that was the same shade as this, even if it's not marketed as a bronzer, I wonder if that would give me a similar look because I love this so much. I see myself repurchasing it eventually. And then for blush, I have been reaching for this little palette so much. I haven't even been using my cream blushes, which is surprising to me because I went through a phase where I was wearing cream blush every single day, but this little trio is so easy to use and I don't know, I just love it. So this is the Alamar Colorete Blush Trio in the shade Fair Light, and this is the like revamped like second version. I have the original as well, and the really funny thing is that I bought the Fair Light and the medium one whenever they relaunched these because they came out with new shades. And I literally have not used the medium one once because I've just been using the Fair Light one so often. I know I'm probably gonna like the medium one as well, but this one just has my heart. So here's what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell, but I like have a decent amount of usage. Like look at Romantica. Look at that. Because it's hard for me to use up a ton of blush. Like I never hit pan in blushes, and I feel like I could see myself hitting pan on this one because it is the prettiest, like warm, neutral shade, and it just adds like color to the skin, but it's such a soft shade. And then Apricot Aura is the most beautiful glowy orange blush. Corazon de Melon is perfect when I have a little bit of pink. So I just feel like in this little trio I have everything my heart desires and I'm using it constantly. I'm using a eyeshadow as blush today, so I'm not wearing this one unfortunately, but I could even just throw on a little bit of Romantica just to show you what it looks like, because it has like a little bit of warmth to it, but like in the most natural, flattering way possible. I just love it. And I'm using the Midas Cosmetics Set 1130, which I also want to mention as a favorite because I have been using this for bronzer and blush pretty much every single day, and it's just so soft. It's like the perfect tapered shape. I'm kind of blown away by this brush. I think that it's only less than $10, and I feel like if you're making a Midas order, it's definitely worth picking up. It has been a standout brush for me, and the funny thing is that when they sent me their new brushes in PR, they accidentally sent 2 of this brush, and I don't know if there's another brush that I was missing or not. I didn't even go through and look at all the numbers, but I'm actually really grateful because, like I said, I use this brush so much. I probably would have ended up purchasing a backup anyways. And then I have 2 different highlighters I want to mention. These are definitely throwbacks, highlights that I used to love that I haven't reached for in a while that I've kind of rediscovered. So the first one is going to be Sydney Grace Pink Lightning. I just love this highlighter so much. I haven't raved about it as much recently, but I'll just go ahead and like do a little swatch for you. The formula is so good. If you don't like this color, I still recommend checking out Sydney Grace's loose highlighters and seeing what colors they have and if there's anything that you like. But there's what Pink Lightning looks like. So if you love a really blinding pink highlight, this one is amazing. And then the other highlighter I wanted to mention is the Nebula Skin Glazing Highlighter in the shade Ozone. This is just a really perfect light pale gold, and I feel like, I don't know, there's just something about this shade on my skin. It's really more of a metallic finish. It's not like a super natural highlight, but it's such a pretty gold and I've been reaching for it a ton. So I thought I would go ahead and mention those. You can kind of see I've got my warm tones and my cool tones covered there. Okay, before we jump into eyeshadow palettes and like eye products, I just wanted to mention one lip product in particular. I feel like I've been using so many different lippies, but there's been one formula that I've constantly going back for. I kind of want to purchase the shades that I don't own in this formula because I feel like I'll really like them. So that is going to be the Tower 28 Milky Lip Glosses. I feel like they just do lip glosses so well. Their regular formula is really beautiful too, but I feel like these stand out to me because a lot of brands, their milky lip glosses end up looking like weird, like white, stringy, like chunky, like just not good. And these look so beautiful on the lips. They're super comfortable, super glossy. I feel like this is one of the only like super pale glosses I own that does not make my lips look funky. So this one is the shade Oat, and it's what I have on right now. Kind of have it on a little bit lightly, but it just adds like a tiny little bit of like a light neutral tint, and I feel like I love this by itself. I love using it topped over lipsticks. And then the other shade I have here is called Cashew, and this is just like a really great My Lips But Better shade, and I feel like the formula is just so good. I've been reaching for these a ton. I feel like even when they wear off, your lips still feel a little bit hydrated. So yeah, I had to mention those. Okay, so moving on to eye products, I want to start off with the mascara. This is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. I have the shade Crystal, which is like a really dark brown, but I've also used the original shade. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just a black mascara. And I feel like the formula of this is just so good. I see it hyped up all the time, and it's kind of funny because I got a sample of the original one a while back, and I remember liking it. And then I kind of forgot about it. I purchased this one again a while back because my mom was making an order at the same time. And then I kind of just forgot about it. It was like in my box of extra makeup. And recently I went ahead and pulled it out, and I've just been loving it so much. It's what I have on my lashes today. I just did one quick coat on my upper lashes. I don't even have anything on my bottom lashes because a lot of times when I have to do my makeup, well, I don't have to do my makeup, but when I do my makeup super early and I'm tired, I normally avoid my lower lashes. I don't know, I feel like it makes your eyes look more open. And normally, like, if I'm tired, I'm like rubbing my eyes and stuff, so I just avoid that area. But I like this because I feel like it's not super messy. It really coats the lashes. It makes them look way longer than they are. It doesn't smudge, and because this is a fiber mascara, at the end of the day, when I want to take it off, all I have to do is use water and like brush down, and all the pieces come off, which can be kind of funny and like it looks weird in your sink or whatever, but I just wash it away and it's fine. And it's so much better than mascaras that like cling to your lashes, that pull your lashes out, that leave all the like mascara underneath, and it just looks a hot mess. I could see it becoming like a go-to mascara for me. So let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes, and this is kind of funny because a lot of times I don't include eyeshadow palettes in my favorites videos because I feel like I'm testing so many palettes out that it's hard to be like, oh, this is a favorite. And I still have been testing a lot of palettes, and like I still have things I need to do and like so many videos, but there's been a few that every time I do my makeup, I just keep reaching back for, or like even when I'm doing videos, I'm like, ooh, I really want to pull this in, whatever. So the first two palettes are both from Sydney Grace, and you're probably not going to be surprised because I think I've mentioned both of these as favorites before. I have the Enduring Love palette here, which has just been my like go-to neutral palette. It's kind of a hot mess, you can see, and I'm like so close to hitting Pan and Romeo. It's not even funny. I love using Romeo as highlighter, which is actually the highlight that I have on today, and then I love using Juliet as my blush, which is what I had before I threw Romantica on top. I love John and Albert all over the lid. I love all the matte shades, the deepening shades, transition shades. Like I just feel like this is so easy, and it just makes me really happy to use it. And there's like the little pops and stuff, and sometimes I'll go more rosy, but basically like I just don't even know what it is about this palette that makes me love it so much, but I just keep going back to it again and again and again. And then also the Tiny Marvels palette, I just feel like this was done so well. It's like so perfect for spring. The formula is just amazing. I feel like I reach for this one, like, I mean, I use the mattes too, but this shade Fire Butts right here, the shade Web, and I really like the shade Marvel as well. I feel like I just love throwing those all over the lid. I used Fire Butts in the tutorial that I did for Patreon, even though it's just a very, very simple look. And that is a palette that has my heart. And then last but not least, something a little bit more colorful is going to be the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette. I just, again, love this one. Here's what it looks like. I just feel like I reach for this specifically for the mattes so often. I feel like they blend so well, and I just really love the depth and the tones that were chosen for this palette. Even the other day I saw someone say that like the formula of this wasn't anything spectacular, and I was just like I love this palette genuinely so much. I feel like all these new palettes I keep getting, and I'm like, ooh, that would be great with Club Nebula. Ooh, that would also be great with Club Nebula. I want to do a look with this with Club Nebula because I feel like this is such a fun companion palette. I mean, you can do so much with it by itself, but that's just how I've been using it the most. I feel like I've got like small dips in multiple shadows here, And I mean, you probably can't tell as much with these because you don't have to use too much for the deeper shades, but I just feel like they're what a lot of palettes are lacking, which probably makes this stand out so much to me. I know that this is limited edition and no longer available, but if you have it, if it's collecting some dust in your collection, this is your friendly reminder to pull it back out. Alright, so those are all of my current favorites that I wanted to talk to y'all about today. If there's any makeup products that you've been loving, I would love to hear about them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!